Hello friends, welcome. Friends, today we will discuss the concept of related person and distinct person in GST. The concept of related person and distinct person. As we know, the concept of related and distinct person is very important in GST, and people, they always keep asking that what is the meaning of related person, what is the meaning of distinct person, how we can relate this concept with the scope of supply under GST. So friends, as we have already discussed in our last video in schedule 1 of section 7, that any supply, any transfer between related and distinct person, any transfer of goods or services between the related and distinct person will be treated as supply under GST. But the point here is the transfer should be in course or furtherance of business. So, supply of goods or services or both between related or distinct person when made in course or furtherance of business, even if without consideration, will be treated as supply under GST. Means any transfer of goods and services, but that should be in course or furtherance of business, will be treated as supply of under GST, even if it is done without consideration. So we need to understand the meaning of related person. Who are related persons? The concept of related person has been described in section 15 subsection 5 of CGST Act 2017. So this section we need to remember that the concept of related persons have been described in section 15 subsection 5. So in simple words, we can say that a related person is the person who has influence over one another businesses. They may be the employees of the same company. They may be common directors of the company. They may be having shareholdings or stock holdings in the same company, or they may be the members of same family. A lots of things are there. However, some points we have to discuss here, because any type of supply, any type of transaction between related person will be deemed to supply under GST. So n number of examples are there. So few points that we need to discuss here. So these are different points. They will be treated as related person under GST. The first one is the such persons are officers or directors of any one another's business. They are officers or directors of one another business. Like for example, Mr. A is the director of X Limited and also he is the director of Y Limited. It means Mr. A is the director of X Limited as well as he is the director of Y Limited. So here in this case, X Limited and Y Limited will be treated as related person, because one common director is there, one common director Mr. A, he is the director of A Limited as well as X Limited as well as Y Limited. So here in this case, because such person, only one person is there who associated in both the businesses, so the both the businesses like X Limited and Y Limited will be treated as persons. The second one is the such persons are legally recognized partners in business. They are legally recognized. It means there is a registered business and there is a registered firm and they are partners. These persons are person here means the taxable person under GST, right? So they are the partners of the business. Like for example, Mr. X and Mr. Y are partners in XY Limited. They are partners in XY Limited. So the relationship of X and Y will be treated as related person under GST. The next one, this point is very important. The next one is such persons are employer and employee. This point is very important. Please listen carefully. Such persons are employer and employee. It means only in one organization they are employer and employee. For example, X is working in AB Limited. X is working in AB Limited, thus X and AB Limited will be treated as related person. They will be treated as related person. But one point here we need to remember that anything, any consideration that is related with the pure employment relationship of employer and employee, that will not be treated as the taxable event under GST. That will not come under the scope of supply. Any consideration, suppose for example, employee is providing any services to employer and in return of that services, if employee is receiving consideration, on that consideration GST will not be applicable. So here the employer-employee relationship means the pure employment relationship should not be there. In other cases, if employer is giving anything to employee like in form of gift, the value of gift should be more than 50,000. like in form of gift or in any other form employer is helping the family members of employee, that is not the part of services of employee, in that case GST will be applicable and that will be treated as supply under GST. So this point here we have to remember. The next one is any person directly or indirectly owns, controls or holds 25% or more than the outstanding voting stock or shares or both. Directly or indirectly, it means if when the person is holding 25% or more than 25% the shares, stocks or voting right of any business, that will be treated as, they will be treated as related person. Like for example, Mr. X holds 40% shares of A Limited and also he holds 30% shares of B Limited. It means Mr. X is holding 40% more than 25% here is right. So X is holding 40% shares of A Limited and he is also holding 30% shares of B Limited. So here A Limited and B Limited will be related person. They will be treated as related person under GST, because any person directly or indirectly owns or controls. It means Mr. X is only one person is there, Mr. X, and he is controlling because he is having more than 25% shares in A Limited as well as in B Limited. So here Mr. X, because he is having more than 25% in A Limited and B Limited, it means he is holding A Limited as well as he is holding B Limited. He is controlling A Limited as well as B Limited. So here in this case A Limited and B Limited will be treated as related person, or any transfer of goods and services between A Limited and B Limited will be treated as supply under GST and that will be taxable. So 4 points here we have completed. Now the fifth one is one of them directly or indirectly controls the other. It means one business controls the other. Like for example, A is director of X Limited and he is also working partner of Y Limited. He is not director of Y Limited. He is the working partner of Y Limited, whereas he is director of A Limited, X Limited. So here Mr. X is directly or indirectly controlling both the organization, because he is the director of X Limited. It means he is controlling X Limited, and he is the working partner of Y Limited. It means he is also controlling Y Limited. So here in this case, Mr. A, X Limited and Y Limited, all three, Mr. A, X Limited and Y Limited, they will be treated as related person and GST will be applicable in any transfer of goods and services between Mr. A or X Limited and Y Limited. Next one is the both of them are directly or indirectly controlled by third person. Both of them means two different business entities are there. So two different business entities, they are controlled or owned by the third person, any other person. Like for example, Mr. A is working partner in both X Limited and Y Limited. It means he is working partner of X Limited as well as he is working partner of Y Limited. Thus, in this case, X Limited and Y Limited shall be treated as related person, because X Limited and Y Limited is two separate entities, so two separate business entity, and both X Limited and Y Limited is controlled by the third person. Who is the third person? Third person is Mr. A. So here in this case, X Limited and Y Limited will be treated as related person. The next one is they are members of same family. It means two separate taxable persons are there and they are members of same family. So any supply between these two persons will be treated as supply under GST. Like for example, who are the family members? Like they are the spouse of each other, they are the spouse or children of the person. So in case of a spouse or children of the person, the any supply between the spouse, taxable spouse, it will be treated as supply under GST. And along with that, dependent parents, grandparents, brother and sisters, etc. Dependent, but the parents, grandparents, brothers and sisters should be dependent. They will also be treated as the members of same family, and in case of any transfer of goods and services between these members will be treated as supply under GST. The next and the last one is the persons who are associated in the business of one another, in that one is the sole agent or sole distributor of the other, shall be deemed to be related person. Persons who are associated in the business of one another. It means there is a business and business is taxable person, and business is having only one agent. Business is having only one distributor. It means sole agent or sole distributor should be there, and this agent or distributor, they belongs to only one business. that is related to person, only one business. In that case, the relationship of business and the agent will be treated as deemed to, will be treated as related person. It means in case of any transfer of goods or services between the agent and the like business, that will be treated as related person and GST will be applicable on that. So here 8 points we have discussed. The first one was the like relationship of employer and employee. They are the like business partners, or they are the like having control or more than 25% voting power or stock of the company, or they may be directly or indirectly officers or the directors of the company, or they are directly or indirectly controls over the other company, or they are members of same family. And the last one is this like persons who are associated in business. It means the person, the taxable person is having only one agent, means sole agent or sole distributor. So in this case, the relationship of person with the sole distributor will be deemed to related person. So these 8 points we have to understand, we have to learn in case of related person. Now come to the distinct person. Who are distinct person? The concept of distinct persons have been described in section 25 subsection 4 of CGST Act. That you need to remember, that the concept of related person is there. It has been described in section 15 subsection 5 of CGST Act, whereas concept of distinct persons have been described in section 25 subsection 4 of CGST Act 2017. So now who are the distinct persons? So in simple words we can say that every person having separate registration number will be treated as distinct person. Every person having single separate registration number, it means more than two or more than two registration number, they will be treated as distinct person. So what this section says? This section says that a person who has obtained or is required to obtain more than one registration. It means person who obtain, या तो उसने obtain किया है, और required to obtain, या जिसे obtain करना है more than one registration. It means person should have more than one registration, whether in same state or in other states. या तो same state में या तो दूसरे state में shall be treated as distinct person in respect of each registration. Okay, it means if person is having two different registration, two different GST registration as a taxable person, if person is having two different GST registration, in that case these two different registration will be treated as distinct person, whether the person is same, एक ही person है, एक ही पर्सन है, उसके दो डिफरेंट बिजनेसेस हैं या दो डिफरेंट ब्रांचेस हैं, एंड ही इज हैविंग, मतलब ही हैज गेट लाइक टू डिफरेंट रजिस्ट्रेशन. इन दैट केस ऑल दीज रजिस्ट्रेशन विल बी ट्रीटेड एज डिस्टिंक्ट पर्सन. लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल, द वन पॉइंट हियर वी हैव टू नोट डाउन इज दैट GST registration is done state wise. Like if we understand the concept of, if we understand the structure of GST, in GST we have only one CGST Act for whole the country. For whole the country there is one CGST Act, but we have multiple SGST Act. It means for every states we will have like different GST, different SGST Act, and in every union territory we have different UTGST Act. So in that case, for whole the country we have only one CGST Act and we have different SGST Act. In that situation GST registration will done state wise. Suppose for example, if I have two separate business, I am doing business in Delhi and I am doing business in UP, so I am the same person, I am the single person. But if I am doing two separate businesses, or I am having two different branches in two different states, so in every state I will have to get different registration. So Mr. A has one business in UP and Mr. A has other business in Delhi, in Delhi. So Mr. A, only one person is there. Mr. A has one business in UP and he has other business in Delhi. In this case, Mr. A, he will have to obtain separate registration for UP. He will have to obtain separate registration of UP, because UP government will say no, you will have to get separate registration for us, for our government. You will have to get separate registration for us. In the same way, Delhi government will say that you will have to get separate registration. So the moment that when we get separate registration for UP and Delhi, so we will be treated as distinct person. However, the person is same, एक ही person है, लेकिन इसके दो businesses हैं in two different states. In that case, the person, क्योंकि दो different registration है, in that case he will be treated as distinct person. And the moment when GST is going to treat you distinct person, you will be liable to pay GST. So the moment we get the registration, the separate registration, we will get separate GSTIN. GSTIN means GST identification number, and the moment we get GSTIN, separate GSTIN, we will be treated as distinct person. And any supply between these branches having they are having in different states, any supply, any transfer of goods and services between these branches, between these two different registration number, will be treated as distinct person, and they will be liable to pay GST under so they will be liable to pay tax under GST. However, the one point here that we need to remember, in case of interstate self supplies, are also taxable under GST. Interstate self supplies are also taxable under GST. Like for example, interstate stock transfer, interstate branch transfer, interstate consignment sales shall be taxable under IGST, even though such transaction may not involve any payment of consideration. It means if these transactions are made without consideration, they will be treated as taxable person, they will be treated as distinct person. So here we have completed the concept of distinct person and related person. If you like my video, please click the like button and subscribe it also. Thank you so much.